Here's Spokane's West Valley against Shorecrest. Then at 9 o'clock, Blanchette takes on defending state champion Mount Vernon. The Bulldogs of Mount Vernon blew past the Bulldogs in Garfield last night. Mark Hendrickson had 16 points for Mount Vernon in that 75-57 win. Blanchette had a tougher time reaching the semifinals. The Braves were trailing Gig Harbor by 2, time running out, but Jacob Chia's last-second three-pointer gives Blanchette the 53-52 win. The Mount Vernon girls are also in the semifinals. They'll meet Battleground tonight. Metro rivals Chief South and Lakeside will play in the nightcap. Lakeside coach Sandy Schneider has her team marching toward a third straight AA title. She'll be counting on another big game from Michelle Perkins tonight. Perkins threw in 25 points. She grabbed off 11 rebounds in last night's 74-49 quarterfinal win over Enumclaw. In today's boys' consolation games, underway, Hawaii coach Riley Wallace grabbed his head, screamed, and collapsed on the sideline. The game was canceled. Wallace was taken by paramedics to a nearby hospital. It was thought a blood vessel had burst in his head. However, all tests proved negative, and Wallace was released today, suffering with a slight headache, but otherwise okay. It's baseball.
That's right, Kent Ridge and Kent Meridian, 9 o'clock tonight over at the Coliseum. We're going to give you the whole schedule now, so stick with us. Tonight, the winners will meet tomorrow for the state championships. In boys AAA action, the Redmond Mustangs take on Kamiakin. 7:30 at the Coliseum. Redmond beat Juanita 37-34 yesterday. Now, Kamiakin in the red here has lost only once this season. They beat Columbia River yesterday. They're hoping to make the championship game for the first time in the history of that school. Take a look at the schedule tonight for the Coliseum. 7:30, Redmond and Kamiakin, Kent Ridge and Kent Meridian at 9 o'clock. In girls action, Auburn continues to be the favorite over at the arena. They advanced to the semis yesterday with a 19-point win over Central Valley. Becca Stafford, the big star for the Auburn Trojans. The girls' lineups tonight, Auburn and Lake Washington, Kamiakin, and Meade at 9 o'clock at the arena. Now down in Tacoma, Mount Vernon's boys are the team to beat in the AA tournament. They'll play Blanchette at 9 o'clock tonight. Last night, Blanchette came from behind to beat Gig Harbor in a thriller. Gig Harbor led by 2 until Jacob Chia hit this three-pointer with 1 second to go. That put the Braves in the semifinals against Mount Vernon.
It doesn't matter now. It's the Final Four. Any team, or any team's going to be good now. You just gotta keep your heads in it. No letdowns right now this point in the season. Go for it all.
Last night's other winners bracket game was a battle of the Bulldogs. Garfield up against Mount Vernon. Raylene Wheeler had 18 at halftime as Garfield trailed by only 2. But from there, Mount Vernon was simply too much. Troy Holmes finished with a team-high 23. And inside, Mark Hendrickson added 16 as the tournament favorite remained undefeated. Getting past Garfield was a big accomplishment.
It feels real good, with their tradition going and dropping down AA. Everybody was, pointing to them and how they were the team to beat. And, we were just looking forward to playing them. It would be a great game. I mean, you hardly ever get 2 defending state champs playing in the same game. So we went out, Coach told us to enjoy it, and we did.
Take a look at the boys' AA semifinal schedule tonight. West Valley and Shorecrest at 7:30. Blanchette and undefeated Mount Vernon at 9 o'clock. This is one of the busiest days in high school basketball. Battleground in Mount Vernon in the girls' tournament at 7:30. Lakeside 27.
9-49. Please, where are we going next? I'd love to know. All right, running down the Class AA boys loser out. Enumclaw edges Franklin. Hale crushes Eastmont. Olympia fell to Grandview. On the girls' side, Linwood over 5. Hanford down Kennedy. And Seaholm topped Colville. Taking a look at tonight's semifinal showdowns, perhaps in Class AA. There we go. First, the boys, West Valley against surprising Shorecrest, followed by Blanchette against Mount Vernon. Meantime, the Mount Vernon girls face Battleground, and Lakeside meets Chief South. And of course, we will have the highlights and the scores for you at 11, and then a closer look for you on the Prep Locker Room show beginning at 11:30 tonight. Well, through with basketball? You got to be kidding me. Today marked the start of college hoop conference tournaments. Our first stop is ACC.
And doubling their fun in Mount Vernon. That is, those who are still in that Skagit County town tonight. Thousands of folks have headed to Tacoma for good reason. They have not one, but 2 teams in the semifinals of the high school Class AA basketball championships, the boys and the girls. You can imagine what it was like in Mount Vernon today. No, you don't have to imagine, because KIRO's Melanie Grandforce shows you firsthand.
A peak at the right time. I think they'll be tough tonight. I don't know. Battleground's good, but it should be a good game. What's their record?
There is only one news story in Mount Vernon this week, and it's not congressional check bouncing or presidential politics.
And that one that kid from kept shooting those three-pointers. Man, it was deadly out there.
If you're talking to people in this town today, you're talking basketball.
He was like 12 for 12 or something.
The Bulldogs coaches are usually here at the coffee corner.
Because the first time they had breakfast here, they won their first game, so now it's become a tradition.
Of course, Coach Frazier is in Tacoma today, along with a good portion of the rest of the population of Mount Vernon.
And you go to the restroom at the ball game and you see the whole town there. So we pretty much packed up, closed up the sidewalks, and headed for Tacoma this weekend.
The gang here says we should talk to Fred Lee, the barber, a big Bulldogs booster. We head to Fred's.
Hi.
Hi.
Looking for Fred Lee.
Fred is not working this week. He's down in Tacoma at the boys AA tournament.
Fred's chair sits vacant, and brother Rob fills in, wishing he was Tacoma bound.
Everyone's crazy. I think it's a ghost town in the evenings.
A ghost town? Well, the Mount Vernon mayor must have some thoughts on all this.
Hello? Anybody here? Guess not.
Yep, he's gone to the game. Wait a minute, not everyone's gone to the game. There are lots of kids at the high school today, and lots of signs of school spirit.
How many people are absent today?
Approximately 700.
That's half the school. They've gone to the game. So Mount Vernon, a town that's long-time claim to fame has been its bulbs, blooms, and beauty shots, is now also famous for its basketball Bulldogs and jump shots. In Mount Vernon, Melanie Grandforce, KIRO News.
That's at the Tacoma Dome, 7:30 and 9 for their games.
Good luck to all of them. And that's KIRO News at 5 for tonight.
Have a good evening. See you at 11.
Good night.
Everything is on.